Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. In this video you're going to see some footage from a few weeks ago. We had a really bad storm, some cleanup after it, and I ended up losing some footage somewhere along the way, but we've been getting some really bad storms here, really high wind storms so far this winter here in Nova Scotia, and that's what's been happening more and more every year. We get, seems like, more and more windstorms than we've ever had before on a consistent basis. So when I first posted the first video on this cottage, obviously it got a lot of views. It's at like 1.4 million views. Most people were really positive. There's a lot of negativity, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You can't please everybody, and I'm certainly not aiming to. I did make a follow-up video on that and just sort of clarified a few things about the trees. Everyone was going on about the trees, thought that I was coming here and clear cutting this entire property, and oh man. I started reading some comments, and this morning there was one thread that had like 164 replies or something, and people going back and forth. And people can be so, so judgmental, acting like they know who I am and what my intentions are by watching one video. But that's just kind of the world we live in now, I guess. Everyone's an expert. Everyone knows everything, and everyone just goes crazy. Like, everyone just goes crazy. So in the end, it's my property. I can do literally whatever I want to do to it. Some people are even saying that you have no right to cut the tree, to cut any tree down. My property, my decision, my family, my structure. If I want to cut some trees down, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to cut the trees down that I'm worried about falling on my cabin. And in this video, you will see that one fell down over on this far corner right here, and it actually scraped the side of the cabin. So if I ever thought about not removing some of these danger trees from in front of this cottage, that idea is completely gone right now. The tree came down from over here. It came down and rubbed the side of the cottage right here. Here's some of the needles and stuff left behind. Here's another tree that came down, and it's hung up in the trees there. That's a good sized tree. You know what? That tree, there's a lot of trees that are a lot bigger than that, but similar to same size as that on the front. Those trees come down on this cottage. It's not good. The cottage is built very strong. Obviously, you guys have seen the videos. But I'm not taking the risk. You know what? My family's going to be inside here. We're going to rent this out. I'm not taking the liability of having somebody get hurt because I didn't cut a few trees down off the front of my property. So there's a couple obvious ones. There's one that has a limb literally hitting the roof right now. Not too much along the shoreline. And one of the funniest things I'm reading is the trees prevent erosion from the shoreline. And you're absolutely right. If you're in the ocean and you have crashing waves and surging tidal shorelines that we've been getting more and more, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is a lake. It's not a big lake. It's not like the Great Lakes in Ontario. We're not getting 2, 3, 4 meter waves coming across this lake and crashing on this shoreline. So I read that so many times. But anyway, we're actually not planning on cutting much along the shoreline at all. We're gonna limb some up so that we get a little bit better of a view. But most of them are just around the cottage. And for instance, that one that broke off over there, that was like a 2 tree in 1 situation, and the one side split off. So then we took the other one down. Well, look what we have here. We have this exact same situation. And then you've got the sheds, and there's trees literally right on top of them, right beside them. It looks cool. Like I like the look. I do. And I've actually I've been communicating back and forth with the previous owners of this place. They're extremely nice people. They live in Ireland right now, and they're both like, hey, you know what? It's your place. You do what you want to it. They had their you know, they had their vision for the property, and I love their vision. And I'm not really going to go too far away from that vision, but I'm gonna do a few things that I want to do. And you know, I'll show you some more trees that came down recently. Obviously, since they've been gone, there was one that broke off right here. So here's one that broke off that we already cleaned up. Luckily, it didn't fall this way, it fell this way. And here's a lot of the wood that's left behind from that. I actually got a log out of it as well. And then, you know, going out through here, there's a lot of large trees that have come down in the last 5 or so years since they've been here. Because I can guarantee these would have been cleaned up. There's one that's actually right across one of his old walkways. I'm actually on one of the walkways right now, but it's covered in snow because we've just been getting some crazy weather. There's tops off of trees out here. There's trees snapped off. This big one here, another big tree. That's a 16 inch butt. That'll do some damage. Another one here across. You can see there's a bench and a sign out there. There's a gravel walkway right through here. There's a few more there snapped off. So you gotta understand that this is gonna happen. Oh, here's one. Another one broke off. This stuff is gonna happen. And the only way, not so much here, because you can still get some daylight through here, but through like the big forested area where the driveway and stuff is, I guess people thought I was gonna log that, bring in 18 wheelers and log it, when all I was talking about was cutting out for the poles. Because there's 25 poles that come in here if we do power. Underground is not really an option. It is an option, but extremely expensive, even with me doing my own work. A lot of gravel, a lot of conduit, a lot of cable involved. But out through there, a lot of the smaller trees don't even have a chance to grow because it's so thick through there, they don't get any sunlight. But the experts on YouTube will tell you that you can't cut any trees down. Everyone on YouTube is a forestry management specialist. You know, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's gonna be some trees coming down. I'm gonna actually clean up some right now, some of those ones. Start getting some progress down here. A couple of these are gonna come out because you can't even get turned around in here right now. And this will eventually be an Airbnb rental. You could have 2 or 3 families staying here. You need some parking. So there's gonna be some changes done to this area. There's gonna be some changes done to it all. People will just have to live with it, I guess. I know the former owners who did all this hard work, they're fine with it. They're like, hey, it's yours. You do what you want to do. Make it fit your style. We're happy over here in Ireland, doing what we're doing. You live your life, we'll live ours. But anyway, folks, you can see me sort of clean up. You can see a little bit of the storm, a little bit of the aftermath. We just had another bad one back here last weekend. We came in, that storm that knocked that tree down, we ended up losing our power for 4 days back to the house, so we came here. Most of you guys are awesome, to be honest. Like, most of you guys are amazing. You understand what needs to be done. You kind of can see some potential hazards and you guys see the vision, but some people will just be sitting in their apartment buildings and in their condos, and they know all about this stuff. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna start cleaning some of this stuff up. But I'm gonna head out and clean a couple of those down ones up and start getting some progress here because time's ticking. But yeah, I'm taking care of my family and my interests first. Oh, I just laugh, honestly. I liked a lot of the comments of people responding. The people that actually are in these situations and have done this work, have dealt with these properties. Those are the people that I stick to. All right, guys, well this has turned into an absolute mess. We've got crazy winds, snow drifts, lots of snow, and no power. And I can guarantee you I'm the only one on the roads right now. But it is freezing cold in our house, like freezing cold in our house. And I don't like that for my kid. So I'm gonna head into the cottage right now and get a couple fires spruced back up, get the generator rolling. And we're gonna have to move there for the day or whatever. This is nuts. I just got a call from a manager. Like, there's a technician stuck at a site up outside Churro. It's just it's a huge mess right now. Huge mess right now. But first things first, and take care of my family. I gotta head into the cottage. The roads are brutal, and get that set up and get my family warm. All right, guys, welcome back. Just heading into the cottage. Gonna get a couple fires started, get some heat going, get the water turned on. You know, all that fun stuff. Took the 450 down below to get this truck, because I'd rather take this truck in. Road's pretty icy. If something happens to this truck, it can be replaced. If something happens to the 450 right now with the world we're living in, that cannot be replaced. But when I started this thing up, it sounded kind of rough, like a ticking and whatever. Anyway, we got an engine light on now. So we got a gas truck, we got an engine light on. So welcome to the family. Anyway, it's running fine, whatever. I'm gonna drive it. So I'll head in now, get the fires going, get some heat cranked, get the heater underneath where the water lines and everything are, and get set up for today. All right, so I got a couple fires going, got the heater going in the room that Bauer sleeps in. Heading back now to see how Ash is making out, getting stuff ready. I gotta take the dogs out and all that stuff, and then head back in here. So I don't know if we'll get much cutting done today. I'll definitely try to get some done, but if nothing else, I'm gonna get the master bathroom cleaned, and the master bedroom cleaned out. That place is still quite a mess. Every day counts. Every day counts right now, getting this place geared around, getting it cleaned up. It's been a lot of cleaning. I know you guys thought that, oh, it's ready to move into, it's ready to go. And no, it wasn't abandoned, it looked spotless. That's not the case at all. There's lots of dirt and grime absolutely everywhere. That's what happens when a place is empty for 6 years, 5 or 6 years. Well, all right, so here we are. Gonna do some cleaning up. So I'm gonna clean up that tree that fell down and scrape the side of the cottage right here. Now, I was gonna cut this one down, but my father doesn't think that I should. He thinks I should wait until I have the machine here, because it's kind of leaning towards the cabin. But I've got wedges, and you know, I've been doing this for a long time. But anyway, Fathers know best, right? So I guess maybe I'll leave it for now. We'll clean this one up, junk up, put into a pile, burn it, and then probably take this one down that it split off of and put it to a pile and burn it. But Dad's getting geared up, so I guess he's doing the chainsawing. I'll do the dragging. We're not gonna get a huge amount done here this weekend, but every little bit helps. So climbing through these weeds, which I assume are flowers, I'll find it later. Okay, so we got the tree cleaned up, we got the other one down. Fire's not doing too good. I'll throw this back in the pit, put it all in the center, we'll fire back up again. But you can see just from the down trees the firewood. Well, all right, so it's Sunday now. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I guess I have to leave, go back to the house, get a lot of sort of paperwork, computer work, admin stuff to do today. But man, this is so beautiful. I honestly don't want to leave. I mean, I'm going home to a lakefront property with, you know, beautiful fields and everything, but man, there's just something about this place. So quiet. So we got those 2 trees cleaned up, burned up. Didn't get as much done as I wanted to. Obviously, it's a beautiful day. I'd love to be back here cleaning some of these trees up, but Ashley's got a lot of work to do. So between me and her, we got a lot of sort of computer stuff on the go, and take care of Bauer today. But it is good to have those trees cleaned up, and you know, we got some more firewood. But yeah, we got a lot of work here to do. Every time I come back here and look, I'm like, yep, that's a project. Yep, that's a project. Yep, that's a project. But it's you know, it's so close to home. That's makes it very, very, very nice. All right, well, I got those trees out there cleaned up. They're junked up, limbed up, ready for the machine to come in and grab a hold of them and yank them out of there. And I cleaned up a couple trees on this corner here because I can't get backed around. But now I'm gonna start working on a few of these trees that are really close to the shoulder, I guess, of the road. It makes it really hard to plow, and you know, getting trailers in here and getting stuff in here to do repairs to the place and whatnot. There's a ton of situations like this where you basically hitting your mirrors coming through here with the trucks right now. You know, I don't have little equipment. I have, you know, big trucks. There's a lot of trees that are really close to the road that are gonna have to come out. But you know, when you start getting up through here, this is actually small stuff. When you start getting up through some of the big stuff, that's where forestry management really comes in play. You've got so thick, so many big trees. This stuff's pretty small, like I said, but up there is a different story. A lot of these small trees are never really gonna do anything because they're not getting any sunlight, like whatsoever at all, because the bigger trees soak up all the sunlight. And when it's so thick, that's when you get a lot of downfalls too, as well, because they're just, the root system is tangled into each other. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on to it too much. We've got trees snapped off through here everywhere. Lots of cleanup. If we do bring power in, let's see if I can find a pole marker. You need 40 feet of clear space, airspace, or they're not going to put poles in. They're not going to run their lines. So for instance, there is a marker right here. So here's a marker. So you look at that. The next marker is right up through there. So you need 40 feet of clear airspace from those lines. So that gets you an idea of what you got to cut down in order to get power to come in. So we are strongly leaning towards solar to keep it off grid. you know, the heck with Nova Scotia Power, basically, especially after they just come out with this new solar charge if you're on the grid. The heck with them, to be honest, but I would like to keep the property off grid if possible, but we're going to be limited to what we can do with the solar system. We got the generator there for backup, keep the batteries charged and stuff, but they'll chew through the batteries pretty quick if we do a lot to the property. But if we do poles, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. A ton of stuff got to come out. And then you look at this one, and then it crisscrosses the road coming down. So all those limbs, all those trees got to be cleared in order to get poles in here. But I'm just here to log it, right? That's what people are saying. Hey guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Everybody has an opinion, and that's the way it should be. No one's opinion is right. You're entitled to it. It's a free world. So you're entitled to your opinions, you're entitled to say what you want to say. So am I, everybody is. That's the beauty of a free world. But I'm gonna do what I need to do and what I think's best. If you want to tag along for the journey, awesome. If you think I'm ruining the place and you don't want to be around for that, then simply don't watch. It's pretty simple. But if you do tag along for the journey, you'll know exactly when this place is ready to rent, because it will be this summer. You guys can all come here and enjoy the place. But until the next video, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.